Hello everybody, my name is Joseph Propati, and today I'm going to present a video that will show the playthrough, the solo variant playthrough for the game, the Manhattan Project Chain Reaction. Now this game is a recent Kickstarter. This is the deluxe edition from the Kickstarter. It's produced by Minion games and it's designed by James Mathe. It's a 1 to 5 player game, and it's a card game, worker placement card game. Now I'm not going to go too much into the whole, components so much as just going to explain the difference with the solo variant as opposed to a 2 to 5 player game. Now again, I said this is the deluxe version, so normally you would play with these uranium and yellow cake cards. But with the deluxe edition, they so graciously added these beautiful tokens, and they represent yellow cakes and uranium. They're just really nice little wood tokens. So those are now your resources, and we can go ahead and put these back in the box. Since we're playing solo, we won't need the player start card. And let me go over the setup. Now it's the same setup as a 2 to 5 player game, but there's little differences in what some of the cards do. So what we'll do is we'll start off again with our landmark cards. Now these will always stay up top. You can use these anytime during your turn, and they will generate, you can supply them with 3 of anything. That's a laborer, engineer, or scientist, and it will produce either a scientist, an engineer, a yellow cake, or this, by using scientist and yellow cake, you can produce uranium. So those are your landmark cards, and they stay up there. Then you have your 4 bomb loader cards, and you'll notice that these only take scientists and laborers, 2 of each, but you will gain 2 points. These are victory condition points. So victory condition in the sense that this is just a game where you're trying to get the highest score. So the more cards that you get to have points on them, the higher your score is. And it's one of those where you're just trying to beat your score. So again, card game, no dice, just you trying to figure out combinations of using your workers to get resources, these output resources, and then to develop combinations for these to build bombs. Now that brings us to our next card, which are the bomb cards. Now these ones you'll see, they have different values, 7, 4, 5, 6, and they have a scientist, engineers, and uranium to help build the bomb. Once you get this, you put this in your stockpile, and you will get those points that will be added up at the end of the game. So for these, you shuffle them up. And then you will deal 1 out under each landmark card. So these 4 that are out are available to build, and you have a draw pile. So whenever one gets built and put in your stockpile, you will draw again and replace it. So this is your general setup. This is just like a normal game, but there's a big difference because there's 3 cards that have a specific solo function, and it says right on the bottom of the card. So double agent, and the way this card works is you can play 1 card from your hand for free. And what that means is, let's say you had this enrichment plant, and you'd normally need a scientist and 3 yellow cake. Well, with the double agent card, you can play this, and you automatically get the 2 uranium. You don't have to play these resources to get this. So that's a very cool card, because there's some cards in there you can even get more output. So double agent card, powerful in the sense that it just lets you play a card for free. With espionage, now this card, what it does, you draw 3 cards from your deck, you get to keep 1, and you put the other 2 right back on the top of the deck. So you now have a little foresight into what's going to be coming on your next turn, but you also still get a card that you get to pick and use on that turn. So espionage, very cool card, again, solo specific role. In factory, the way this works is you have these numbers on the bottom. You have 2, and another factory has 3. And the way these work is you pay the resource, so you have a card that generates 1 engineer. You can now use the factory, and what it does is allows you to draw 2 cards from your discard pile and immediately put them in your hand, and then you're available to use them. And that's any 2 cards from your discard pile. But one of the things is this immediately goes in the discard pile, and you cannot use a factory to draw back up another factory from the discard pile. Once these are in the discard, they stay in the discard. So these 3 cards have very specific functions in the solo version of the game. So we have our setup. Now all we need to do is shuffle these and then deal out 5 cards to our hand. Now you're not trying to reach a specific score, you're trying to get as high a score as you can by going through the whole deck once. So in this video, this playthrough video, I'm going to go through and play a full game and talk about some of the actions I want to take and the combos that I want to do, and just show you an overall how the game works and what you can do during the game. So we've got our deck, we will deal out 5 cards, and since I'm playing solo, I don't hold them in my hand. It's just easier to actually place them right in front of me so I can see what's going on, and they're all spread out. So this is much better. I can see my hand. Makes it easier to play my combo. So I'm trying to develop these bombs, these 4 that are available, or I can also do the bomb loader cards. So right off the bat, you know that when you turn a card 90, you can get this worker, and then this worker would be applied to what's necessary for this card to generate the output. Now if there's 2, you got to remember that you can't split these up. You can't use one engineer for this and one engineer for that. It has to go for 1 card. But once whatever's output, like these 3 engineers, then they could be spread out to other cards. So specific rule, you got to remember that. So we need yellow cake. So we can do this. We can try and do this combination right here. We can use these engineers, right? And we will use 1 to supply 3 engineers. These 3 engineers now will get me the supply for this, get 3 yellow cakes. Alright, now we have these 2 cards left, and it works out perfect. We've got an engineer, or excuse me, a scientist. So we need this scientist here, we use these 3 yellow cakes, and we got 2 uranium. So combination with all 5 cards, perfect. These go in the stockpile, they're supply. These are mine, because they're my uranium that I just developed, and all 5 of these cards go in the discard. And then we draw, that's the end of our turn, so we draw 5 more cards. And spread them out. Ooh, a factory, university, and a mine. So, again, I want to try and do, I need uranium so I can build the bombs. So I have 2. Now if I could get these, but I don't have 5 yellow cake, so I don't want to use a factory to pull anything out yet. So we can do, I know that this would get me here. This one needs labor, so we could do this. We use this and the laborers. At least I get 3 yellow cakes. Alright, and those are used up. Not going to use my factory. Don't have 5 yet, so we'll end my turn. And I'll draw 3 cards. Always bring yourself back up to 5. Alright. So we've got a factory, 2 mines, enrichment plants. Still don't have enough to build anything. We need some more yellow cake. Now we can do this. We can use these 2 engineers to supply 3 yellow cake. Now we've got our 5. And we just need 2 engineers or 2 scientists. Well, this is great. I guess I'm going to use my factory for this. So we've supplied our 2 scientists. We use our 5 yellow cake, and we get 3 uranium. See, so that's our output. Now we're looking at we can build a bomb. Alright, now we'll hold this mine. These now have been used, discarded, and I will end my turn because I don't have enough workers to get bombs. So let's draw 5 cards. I'll get up to 5. Oh, another factory. Okay, but now I want to build a car. So I need 4 uranium for this. I need a scientist and 2 engineers. So this will give me 2 engineers. So we'll do this. We'll use 1 labor. There's my 2 engineers. And 1 scientist. All right, there's my 1 scientist. Because I only need 1. So I have 2 engineers, but I use 1 of the scientists. And I will use 4 uranium. And we'll get the 6 bomb. So I've developed my first bomb. That goes in my pile. And we will end my turn there. You draw a new bomb card to fill the space. And need 3 cards. University, my factory. Now, if we had a double agent in there, that'd be digging. I'd be using this factory. So right now, let's get some more uranium so we can get. Let's see, this will supply 3. So if I just use this guy, we'll use 1 of the scientists. I get my 3 output, use it for that. Now I get my 3 yellow cake. Okay, now could I use yellow cake to build anything? I've got 4, no. So we'll discard those in the turn, and we'll draw back up to 5. Espionage, all right. Now, like I said, I can use it for the scientist, or I can check out. I'm going to find out what's in my hand, so I'll use this. Draw 3 cards. Ooh, enrichment plant. We'll go with the enrichment plant. Now, I put these right back on top of the deck. Now, I just need a scientist and 3, so we'll use, let's see, man, I don't want to use my factories, but I can do this. Use my 2 laborers. 1 laborer gets me 2 scientists. Now I could spread these out, but I only need 1, and I need 3 yellow cakes, so that gives me 2 uranium. Now I'm up to 3. So now these have been used. I don't want to use my factory yet. We'll hold on to that. So these go in supply. These get discarded. End of turn. And we'll draw up to 5. So now we're going through the deck. I only got 6 points, so I got to get some more uranium and get some bombs. Let's see. Uranium. I have 3. I could build one of these 3 bombs. So I use my 3 uranium. I just need a scientist and some worker or some engineer. So why not? We'll use these 2. I got my 2 engineers, 1 scientist, and 3 uranium. Boom. That gives me another bomb. So do I want to do anything else? Wow, 3 factories. Not yet. But we generate a bomb, and we draw 2. Where's that double agent? Okay. So, enrichment. We only got 1 yellow cake. Now, if I use one of these factories, what's worth bringing out? So nothing really jumping out at me except this. I'll just use 1 for now. So I will use a worker. Let's do this. This one needs an engineer to use this, so I'll have to use this enrichment plant, use this factory. I can draw 2 out of here. So we're going to use, well, we'll use this mine, and can't get a factory out, so, and then I want to generate, I need a worker. Oops, I need 2 workers. Okay. So we've used that. We'll use the 2 workers, and that gives us 3 yellow cakes. And we got 3 yellow cakes. And we'll go with that. So these have been used. And we'll end our turn. Draw 2 cards. Ah, there's a double agent. Beautiful. So, let's get these in this discard pile. I wanted this in there now. So, why don't we go ahead and we'll use this double agent, and we'll, like I said, don't have to pay these resources, the worker or anything, so I get my 2 uranium. Those go in the discard pile. And now if I can get these, I can use the factory to get those right back out. Shoo. But I don't have those workers. So we'll end the turn. There we go. Oh, another double agent. Okay. So I want to use a factory. So I can use a double agent, and I can use this factory. Alright. Now I can draw 3 cards out of here. So one will be the double agent. One will be this 3 uranium, that's for sure. And then we want some workers. So we need, we'll use that one. Okay, so like I said, this factory lets us draw 3 cards. So that's over. We'll bring these in our hands. So I'm going to use this double agent to get 3 uranium. Those go discard. Well, actually, not yet till the end of the turn. So they put them there. We get our 3 uranium now, but they're used, and these are used. I can build a bomb. I have 5. So if I do 2 scientists, I hate using that factory for that though. That's 7. Is it worth it? That's worth it. Yeah. Let's see if we get the points out of it. So we have our 2 scientists and our 1 engineer and our 5 uranium, and that gets me a 7. So we put those in supply. These are all used, and we'll end the turn. Discarded. Put up another bomb. Drop to 5. Okay, so we've got 4. If we get 1 more yellow cake, we can try and generate this. So this will get us a yellow cake. That would be 5. And I need 2 scientists. Or if we get these, get 5 yellow cake. I don't need a bunch of yellow cake. I got enough. So we'll do this. This will give me 5 yellow cake. Now I've got this, I just need scientists. Well, I'm not going to do anything else, so we'll cut that as a turn. We'll draw 2 cards. Pretty lackluster. I only got 1 scientist out of it. I need 2, so what I'm going to have to do is I'll have to use this scientist for 1 of them, a yellow cake, and then I will use these 2 for the university. See, because remember you can use a landmark, and that will give me my 2nd scientist. So we have a scientist, and my 5 yellow cake, and I get 3 uranium. So we put that in supply. These are all done. I'm not going to use him, so we'll put these into this supply, and these go into discard. That turns over, and we'll drop to 5. Oh, good, a factory. Well, you know what I'm doing. I'm using that factory. So we just need 2 resources, or 2 laborers, right? So now I can use this factory. And we're definitely going to get double agent and the enrichment. All right. So use that. I'm going to use my double agent. I'm going to get 3 uranium. Now I'm up to 6. Now I just need workers, and I can get another card. So I only need 3 uranium for this, and 2 workers. So we can do 2 engineers, 1 scientist, 3 uranium, and I get this guy right here for 4 points. And 2 workers, but I'm done with my card, so I'll hold off on him. So these go in the supply. These all go in the discard. Put up another bomb. Drop 5. Ooh, great, another factory. I love it. So I just need 2 for this factory. And we're going to use these scientists. And you know what I'm doing again? I'm doing enrichment, double agent. So I use this, I use double agent, and get my 3 uranium. I love that combo. I mean, it's just a great combo for the solitary game. And you can just, if you get that early, if the double agent's in there early, man, you can really just rack up the uranium. So now, can I build a bomb? I've got 6. There's 4 for 5. Just need, this is perfect. So, we've got our 4. Don't want to use a factory though. What else can we do? Because that will give me more uranium. Alright, so I will end my turn. I'll discard these. Drop 2. Let's get that factory used. So we will use this bomb design for that engineer, and it will allow me to dig up these 2 again. I need scientists, so I can't do that. I want to generate scientists. So I know I want the double agent. I need 2 scientists. There we go. I know somebody's probably going to go, what are you doing? So, I have my 4, right? Let's see, so I'll use 2 scientists, okay? And I'll use 1 of the engineers. I'll use 3, so I'll get that card. I'll draw another one. I still have 3, so I could possibly get this. I'll use the double agent and on this one, and that'll give me 2 uranium. In my turn, and we're down to the wire. Alright, get close to the end. So, you can use 4. This is a 5 and a 5. So, as long as I use these 4, I just need workers. So, I've got a scientist, and I'll just use that. So this will get me this one. And I have a factory. So I will use these 2 engineers to use my factory, which will allow me to pick up the double agent and the triple enrichment. I'm doing that one this time. So I will use the double agent, and I will get my 3 uranium. Alright, and I have 1 guy left, because these have all been used, 2 workers. So I will finish that because I need scientists. So we'll end the turn, we'll discard these, and these are the last 2 cards. And this is where I need, perfect. So we'll use 1 scientist, will give me 3 scientists. Now, cool thing is I can spread these out. So I have these 2 guys. So I can use, let's see, I can only use these on one card. So we'll go for the highest point, the 6. We'll use 1, these 2 for that, 1, and these 4, which all I have left. And I can't get a bomb loader, so that's it. That's going through the deck once, so we'll add up the points. We got 6, 11, 15, 19, 26, 30, 36. That's about average. If you can get above 40, you're looking at a really good score. So that's a top scientist. So at 36, actually not bad. So there you have it. That's Manhattan, the Manhattan Project Chain Reaction. And this was the solo variation. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped explain the game and how some of the combos worked. I think it's a great game. It's a great filler. Doesn't take that long, and it's really fun. So enjoy.